Love her tail. It's naturally curly. She's a good girl. Guy Fawkes Heritage Brumbie, little pony type, trapped in the national park in the last trapping that they had, and no one wanted her. What I did was, when they started slaughtering brumbies elsewhere, because they're close to me, these ones, geographically, I contacted them. I said, have you got any left from the last trapping? And they did have a few, and I just took one that no one wanted. And that's been my contribution to saving brumbies. She's a good girl, Ava. She's a lovely type. She's a really good natured, this horse. Has never harmed any of us, and she's been terrified of people, but she won't bite or kick or anything like that. Because their first contact with people is they get terrorised, they get trapped in the yards, they get automatically trapped. They put hay in, and then eventually it closes them in, and then men just, or men, I'm just saying men because it's usually men that do the job, just load them into trucks. They probably use cattle prods, I don't know what they use, but they're terrified. She's coming up behind you. And he's actually Guy Fawkes Heritage horse too, but he was bred by by two horses that were trapped in the wild, and then he was bred. But I took him because he was miserable, and he was on Gumtree, and he had the same halter on for months that he'd been bored in, and he's a really good horse. He's done really well. Anyway, I've got to do fencing, so I'll stop videoing. I got him actually from the same person I got her from. She was the replacement horse for the owner that had Banjo, and she was really underweight and terrified. You couldn't touch her. She's so good. She looks a bit like Tuppy. She reminds me of Tuppy, but she's much smaller and an Arab type. Tuppy was a standardbred. So this is Ruby. Now you my girl. And I'm telling everybody how terrified you were of everybody, and she's real smoochy now. She's just lovely. She's a good girl. You know, it's so funny because she was so scared of people, and they just didn't know anything about horses, these people. They didn't know how to look after them, and they didn't know how to care for them. So there she is. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad I've got them. We've only got 4 now, so it's been sad. Let's go over to Halo. And this will be broken up into shorts as well, but I'm noticing my shorts are getting a lot more attention and people are enjoying them. So she was trapped in the wild too. Beautiful, stunning horse. And she would have had a foal in the wild, and then she had one in captivity. Look at her beautiful curly hair. I know I'm scaring you because I've got the way I'm holding the phone. She's a good girl. And I saw her when she was trapped. She was trapped when Paddy and I'd have to go back and check it all, but when she came up, I really thought I'd love to get her, and she was snapped up. She was $1,000. Easy girl, easy girl. I know. Oh, they all went spooky. Hang on, come back. Hello, come on. So I'm just, good girl. I took the pressure off when she turned around. So she came up on the market like a year later after she'd foaled, and she had a halter on, the same halter probably that she was put in to take away from the Guy Fawkes Heritage people, and I had to cut it off or it was digging into her head. She's a good girl. And she was sold to me as an unhandled horse because you couldn't actually catch her or... Oh, my baby girl. I know. I'm bothering you. I know. You're a good girl. I know. You're a good girl. Good girl. Come on. Let her eat. It's interesting, isn't it? See, I step back and she's a lot more relaxed. They just have never been... they're always just more wary of people. The ones that are adults when they're caught. Yeah. But they're lovely horses. She's just beautiful. Look at this, and this is winter. They are getting the hay. They need the hay, but they're doing so well. the old horses were just so hard to keep weight on over winter. It was getting more and more atrocious, and it was really hard to let Cleo go, but she was in a very bad state, and I did the right thing for her, but I probably should have put her down sooner. And Penny, we lost Penny. Penny probably would have kept going. She was actually doing okay, and then Arthur just, he was just not well enough to live. Anyway, I'll go and we'll finish your escape route. Yay! We'll get your fence done. Oh, she's a good girl. I can't help it. Easy girl. Let's come sideways for her. Oh, you're a good girl. I know. I know. I'm annoying, aren't I? Good girl. I'm just walking off sideways. I haven't spent enough time with her. Did you hear that? Skinny fowl down at the creek somewhere. Something's happened. Something's happened down there with birds. There's a predator. Okay, thanks for watching.